Hi guys, I'm Ian McMinn, and this is Path to Who I Am. Today, I want to talk about unconditional alignment and what that means. So, this is very subtle, as a lot of what I talk about in my videos is, but this concept of me either being in alignment or out of alignment, right, comes from a sense of essentially the way to describe them, I need to differentiate, okay? So in any given moment, I can either be out of the flow or in the flow, right? When I'm out of the flow, I feel stuck. I feel there's a denseness in my body. Nothing makes sense. There's confusion. There's negative emotion. I want to dominate others. I want to get things from other people, or I feel like a victim, or essentially all the negative emotions we have stem from when we're out of the flow. Being in the flow or in alignment is whenever I notice I'm out of alignment, and this is the key word, I relax. I relax, relax, and relax. I relax my body more and more and more, my mind more and more and more. I shift into my feeling sense out of my head. Continue to open, I will find myself what I call in the river or in the flow or in alignment, where all of a sudden I have a sense of energy. I feel energized. I feel focused. There's a clarity. I feel balanced. I'm not straining or forcing every action I take. Well, for one, what I've noticed is being out of the flow, actions cease. Being in the flow, I just start moving in my day. I start moving in my life. So there's a big paradigm shift where I'm doing all the right actions in all the right ways when I'm in the flow, but I'm not really thinking about it that much, right? So this is what being in alignment is. And this is such a subtle thing. It's subtle and it's not, that a lot of people don't consciously practice it, but it really is, for me, it's been the key to me having a really good life. And when alignment hasn't been there, when I've been out of alignment, it's been the common denominator for me not having a good life, right? So what is unconditional alignment? So this is where it gets fun. So let me take a sip of my tea. So unconditional alignment gets fun, where I'm choosing to be in alignment all the time. So what does that mean, or how is that achievable? From the unconditional alignment standpoint, there's only two states I'm in. I'm in alignment, enjoying myself, or I'm getting back into alignment to enjoy myself again, right? So I'm either enjoying my alignment or I'm getting back in to alignment, right? And even when I'm getting back into alignment, the key is, well, because I choose to be unconditionally aligned in every circumstance, my only job to do then, if alignment is my number one priority more than thinking about anything else in my life, I'm going to have it top of mind. Oh, I'm out of alignment. There's no worries. Let me just relax and flow with whatever's going on. And before I know it, I'm really going to be back in the flow. I'm really going to be back in alignment. I'm going to have that sense of empowerment, that sense of majesty, that sense of focus, even if I don't have a goal at the time. There's a sense of presence, a sense of knowing, being embodied. And whenever I'm out of the flow, it seems like those things don't even exist, right? So when I choose to say, I'm going to practice unconditional alignment in my life, So for example, the shift that happens is this. Am I going to worry about my annoying coworker? What do I care more? Being annoyed at my coworker, or on the other side, being in alignment? If you're choosing unconditional alignment, you're always going to notice, oh, I'm changing my priorities to be more annoyed than caring about alignment, right? So there's a sense of lack of, clinginess to all subjects, to finances, to health, to relationships, to personal well-being, not that there's not a desire, but there is more of a focus on alignment than there is a fixation on I need to get all these things right. Paradoxically, when we take that pressure off and put that focus on alignment, I'm just going to be aligned at all times. And that includes when I'm not in alignment, I'm just, I'm aware of it and I'm just easing back into the water. I'm just relaxing. I'm taking the pressure off myself. And before long, I'm going to be back in the flow and I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it. You meet people every now and then that they're just on fire and they have that charm. And when we're not in the flow, it really hurts because they remind us of how we're not aligned, right? But when we're in the flow and we meet someone like that, man, is it wonderful because we both reflect each other. And when we're in the flow and when we meet someone not in it, we love them all the same, right? There's an openness. So there's a quote from the Bible speaking of Christian mysticism. I bring it up every now and then. I'll go through the mystical interpretation of this, which ties into unconditional alignment. It's a very famous Bible verse. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you. Let me say that again. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given unto you. Well, we know, because Christ says the kingdom of heaven is within you. When it says seek ye first the kingdom, we're talking about the inner kingdom. What is that from a mystical standpoint? It's alignment. That's another word for it. So seek first alignment, and what's his righteousness? Righteousness, when you're righteous in something, you're consistent. You stay in it no matter what. So seek ye first alignment unconditionally, and all these things will be given. All the things you desire. In other words, when you focus on unconditional alignment, a potential mystical interpretation of that verse is this. Don't focus on what you're trying to create. Focus on your unconditional alignment, and things will work themselves out. You will be your best self. You'll naturally take the right actions, but you won't be thinking about it. You'll be just enjoying your alignment or getting back into alignment, right? Those are the only two focuses you have from here on out if you want. And I'm serious. It has been present. Alignment is the thing that was present for all the successes of my life. Not saying there wasn't action and things like that, but the action was automatic. That's the point, right? When you're in alignment, you don't got to worry about what you're doing. It's like the video I did the other day. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So anyway, guys, so that is the way to think about it. And the key word is, to make it simple, is relax. When you're not in alignment, take your focus off of your thoughts, place it in your feeling. So the feelings in your body, the feeling of the emotions, etc. Relax, 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 and keep going until you feel yourself come home, return to the kingdom, right? And when you do that more and more, you're going to stay in that state more and more. You're going to be living in the kingdom righteously. In other words, you're going to be living in unconditional alignment. You're going to get so hooked on that, you rather be in alignment than have any other thing going for you. That's the key. When you go, I don't care what happens as long as I'm in alignment. That's when you know you're really living it and you're really enjoying it. Not saying there's not the moments of resistance where you're out of the flow, but the key is, if it's the top of your list, all you got to do is one thing, which is relax back into the stream. And you're going to learn your own. There's always new cases. I have new cases of all the time of when I'm out of the flow. And it's an art form. Relaxing back into alignment it's a fun game, but that's the point. We get to play around. All you need is the intention you're going to figure out. You're going to figure out what relaxing is, what letting go is, what just feeling is, what just sitting still is. However you do it, it's going to vary by the moment. But the key is unconditional alignment, seeking first the kingdom and his righteousness. I'm speaking from my own experience. It does really take care of everything else. you are going to show up as who you really are, and who you really are is magical. So get out of your own gosh darn way and align it, and just set the intention. I'm going to live from unconditional alignment from this point forward. And you're going to go on a journey where sometimes you're in alignment, sometimes you're not, and you're going to get better and better at it. But the unconditionally aligned person, they're even out of alignment sometimes, but they always have that one task top of mind. It's just about relaxing, opening, processing. Oh, and look, I'm back in the stream and I feel like $1,000,000 again. And perfect. And then you go and you live your awesome life, right? Everything else is taken care of after that. Anyway, guys, I'm Ian McMinn. This is Path to Who I Am. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will talk again soon.